Hi, this is Ajmal, the developer, and welcome to HTML tutorial number 2. So in this tutorial, we will be working on line breaks, spacing, and comments. If you can remember from tutorial number 1, we were working on a simple HTML web page. So we will pick up from where we left off. As you can see here, we had this simple titles, a simple structure. So let's go ahead and add some line breaks in between H1 and H2. So I'm just gonna insert a few line breaks. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 line breaks, and let's see if we can see 5 line breaks on the browser. So we're gonna save this as index.html. Already said yes, I want to replace it, so let's close this and open this in Google Chrome. So you can see, do we have any space for space? No, we don't. We do not have spaces or line breaks rather. So why is that, you would ask? The answer is because that's not how you add line breaks in between. We have a special element called BR, which has no closing tag, as I mentioned in the introductory video. So let's copy that and paste a few of that, maybe 4. Two, 3, 4. So we got 4 break line or line breaks here between my first heading and my second heading. So let's see if this works. So we save that again. Save as, yes. Let's go ahead and open that in Google Chrome. There you go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 full line breaks here. So that's it for line breaks. That's all it takes. Simple as that. So let's go ahead and open that up in Notepad. So yeah, so that's BR stands for line break, and you can add as many of that as you want to. So that basically adds line breaks in between paragraphs or heading or anywhere. So moving on to the next element on the list, which is spacing. So how would you add spacing? Let's try and add some spacing here. Let's just write test space. Let's add some space between these two test words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we should have 7 or 8 spaces in between. Let's see if this works. So save this. Yes. Let's go ahead and open that in Google Chrome. No, we do not have it. You see, yeah, we have no space whatsoever except for that one space. That's weird, isn't it? So let's find a solution for that. So the actual code for putting a space in between paragraphs is ampersand NBSP. That's it, simple as that. So those characters, or they act as a space. So let's add a few of that and see if it works. So if this works, we should have we actually don't need to add space in between those sets of characters, so that should work. Let's see if this works. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Actually, let's save this. Yes, close this and let's run this again. Bingo. We got the space in between, so that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's, let's see, is it one? This looks like one space. Let's see if I made a mistake here. Let's add a space in between these characters and see if it makes any difference, right? And let's run this. Okay. Yeah, it makes a difference. So I was wrong. Actually, you need to add a space in between those ampersand and BSP. Yeah, so that's it. You got all those spaces here, and that's the answer for adding a space in between sentences. So that's for spacing. And next element would be comments. You might ask why comment, but comment is specific to developers or designers. For example, you want to add a note for another developer, something pertaining to this this paragraph. It could be anything. So the way it works is that when browser reads your HTML page, when they see that piece of comment, they will ignore the whole comment and all the content that goes inside it. So the way you add comment is by opening angle bracket, exclamation mark, hyphen, and let's write anything. This is the start of the HTML code for commenting, and it should be ignored by the browser. And then you add 2 more hyphens at the end and closing angle bracket. So this should not show up in your browser. If it does, then something is wrong. So let's go ahead and save this. Save as, yes. Close this and run it again. And voila, you see there's no comment here. So let's try this one more time, and we're gonna intentionally show that comment. So I will get rid of one of the characters in the code, and let's see if we can see the comment. So let's get rid of the exclamation mark, and let's see if this sentence shows up in the browser, and it should show. So save that again, yes. Close this, open with Google Chrome. Bingo. You see this? So if you're to make a mistake and you fat fingered it, basically, if you forgot your exclamation mark for any reason, so your comment would be exposed to your end users, and that's something you don't want to do. I'm sure you will do some quality assurance on your web browser, but yeah, so that's how you comment. And let's go ahead and get rid of or add that exclamation mark and see if we can get rid of this commenting. Close this, open this again, and let's add that again, exclamation mark, and save as, yes. Okay, so let's close this and run Google. There you go, no comment whatsoever. So yeah, that's it for today. So we covered let's close this and see what we did here. So first off, we covered line breaks. That's how you do line breaks. BR, which is the only element that has that's empty, so there is nothing in between and there is no closing tag. And the second part in the tutorial we covered was line or spacing rather, so which is ampersand NBSP. You might ask why these weird characters. I guess the answer might be that the designers of this language, they thought that no one would by accident type ampersand NBSP, which is very rare. No one would type that unless they want to type it intentionally. So they thought that this would be the safest characters to use, and that's what they did. So that's ampersand NBSP for spacing. And the last part in the tutorial was commenting. So comment is quite useful as a developer or a programmer. Sometimes you need to explain your logic and your code to the next developer, whoever it may be, and the best way would be to add a comment in between the lines so that the next person who works on your piece of code, so they would see the way you were thinking and your rationale and why you did what you did. So it's just a courtesy to other developers, and it actually helps a lot. It saves a lot of time. So I definitely recommend commenting and explaining things if you have to, or even as a reminder for yourself in the future that probably after 6 months coming back to the code, you might have forgotten half of what you wrote. So yeah, this is a neat way to explain to other people or to yourself or make notes. So that concludes HTML tutorial number 2, and hope to see you in HTML tutorial number 3. And I would appreciate if you liked my videos and commented and shared as much as possible to hopefully grow this channel, and also encourage me along the way, and so that I could create more tutorials, beginner tutorials. And that is all for today. I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.